decision if the applicant is qualified for the position. The second one is review the candidate work history. You should review the records or the applicant's background credentials will be basis for hiring her or him. The third one is schedule it out. The manager must to do in the company is schedule the examination and the interview for the applicant. The fourth one is prepare key interview question. You should prepare a key interview for the applicant so that you know if the applicant is interested for a position. The fourth one and the last is meet an comfortable setting. You should set a place that the applicant is comfortable for an interview.
5 steps of a job interview. First is interview preparation. You need to spend time preparing. You need to be prepared before the interview begins to be alright and organized. The second one is starting the interview. Arrive as early as you can and be sure to start on time. Do not make the candidate waiting. The third one is asking the question. Asking the question is to elicit information from the candidate. And the fourth, closing the interview, is where an employer persuades a candidate to accept a job offer. The last is the assessing the candidate. Assessing the candidate, you will be able to find the candidate where he or she needs to do before the job. Some factors to consider when conducting an interview. First is location. You need to see the physical space that will be required to work in. The second one is make your phone in silent mode. So there is no disturbance when the interview begins. The third is ask right questions for the right persons. Define exactly what you are looking for prior to beginning the interviewing process and select your questions accordingly. The fourth one is be truthful. You're just always telling the truth. And fifth is be prepared. Fully prepared to engage the candidate who is in front of you. You'll be more relaxed. The sixth one is do what you say you do. Don't make commitments you are unprepared to keep.
Hi, I'm Spencer Capistrano.
And I am Palileo.
And we're going to discuss you
How to prepare for an interview.
first. In interview, your job is to convince the recruiter that you have the skills, knowledge, and the experience for a specific job. Now, let's go to the step to how to prepare an interview.
Step 1. Research the organization.
This will help your answer to have a better answer and stand out for the less prepared candidates. Well, the next is seek the information, background information.
You should visit the website of the organization so you should know the basic background of what they do in their company.
Next is get perspective. Review the trade or the business publication. Simple as that. Just review or trade. Next one is
Develop a question list. Always prepare ahead. Don't go there unprepared. It is messy. Less than improve it.
Step 2. Compare your skills and qualification for the job requirements. So there's some branches in here. So one is analyze the job description. You're going to outline the knowledge and skills and abilities required to that job.
Then next, examine the hierarchy. Determine where the position fits, where you going to fit in the organization.
Next is look side by side. Mike?
Be an alligator. Snake attack.
Yeah. And then step number 3, prepare responses. Yeah. Step number 3. Most interview involve a combination of resume-based, behavioral, and case questions. We encourage you to meet with us to practice telling the story in the possible way. Make it clear, make it simple, make it true. That is. Step number 4.
And what to wear. Go neutral, of course.
Conservative business attire such as neutral color, suit, and professional shoes is best.
The next, wear formal. The next,
Black in-depth iron. Make your clothes sure, iron it, and wrinkle-free.
and don't forget to be neat and clean.
Yeah, just like Mike. Dress to impress. And step number 5. Like Santa Claus, plan what to bring.
Bring extra copies of your resume ink on quality paper.
A notepad or professional binder and pen. A list of reference.
The 6th step in preparing for an interview is to pay attention to your nonverbal communication. Be mindful of how you present yourself in front of the interviewer. According to a recent study, the criteria that makes up an interview is 55% of your body language, 38% for your tone of voice, and 7% of all the words you have said. What does this mean? It is because that the world that we live in is a competitive one, and companies and organizations alike are looking for the best people to represent their company. They need people who have confidence, and that you must show that you are confident enough to take up the challenge and earn yourself a place in the business world. And as the saying goes, with confidence, you have the power to win a battle before it even started. And the final step in preparing for an interview is to have follow-up questions. Now, the real reason behind this is because interviewers tend to close their interviews with one final question. Do you have any more questions? Now, to not leave them hanging out to dry, or to keep them entertained, you have to get out your notes and ask them these follow-up questions. And these follow-up questions must ask or must answer an undiscussed topic or to clarify what you already know about the company.
So now, let's go to the next part of our discussion, which are the don'ts on a job hunting. So first, do not expect instant results. You cannot get a job overnight. It may take some time, and to determine all of the results of the application and assessments of all the applicants. And you need to remember, as a job hunter, it may take time and patience to get the expected results that you want. Second, do not apply at many jobs at once. You do not overstretch yourself looking for a job in one day and you apply for 3 different companies. It cannot outfocus yourself, and by that you're not giving enough attention and time for each of the employers. Next, do not send out resume or any application letter without proofread by someone else, or at the very least, you need to read it aloud to yourself, which is a simple way of finding typos. Next, you need also to remember that do not be discouraged. On a job hunting process, we all know that this is an arduous process, and it has a lot of obstacles along the way. you might experience being downsized or laid off, but don't let these things pull you down. Instead, you need to use those things to look for better opportunities and use those things as a strength for you to get the expected job that you want. Lastly, do not wait for companies to make job offers up after the job interviews. Some companies may take more weeks or months to make a hiring decision. So you need to keep moving forward. You need to grab different opportunities around you while the result is not yet given to you. With that, you will not miss what are those waiting for you along the way. How to successfully find the job that you want is evolving all the time, and how to find and impress the employers often depends on the trends in your industry, as well as your willingness to follow through and follow up throughout the process. These do's and don'ts that I have shared to you are just bits and pieces that you can use on the entire process, but instead it is your eagerness, your consistency, as well as your proper mindset and preparedness, which are the things that will bring you and help you to get the dream job that you want.
Good morning to everyone. I am Matabuena and I will be discussing about resume. So, what is a resume? A resume is the second part of an application letter, and it's enclosed with a cover letter, and a resume is a summary of your personal information. There are types of a resume. The first one is the chronological order. Chronological resume rather. A chronological resume is a resume that's starting with a listing of your work experience from the most recent and up to the first pos- position listed first. And the next one is the functional resume. A functional resume focuses on your skills and experiences. The third one is the combination resume. A combination resume is a combination of the functional and the chronological resume. So the next type of resume is the targeted resume. Targeted resume is a modified resume that specifically highlights your experience and skills and relevant to the job you're applying for. And takes more time to work or to create. The next one is, and the last one is the mini resume. A mini resume contains a brief summary of your career highlights and qualification. So, what are the checklists of information to be included in a resume? The first one is your personal data or the personal information. Personal data includes the name, address, telephone number, and cell phone number of yours, and also the date of your birth, the place of your birth, religion, and your nationality, and also the civil status. The next one is your height and weight, your a job or career objective, and the last one is a summary of your job or your basic qualification. It is followed by your work experience. In the work experience, it includes your employee's name, address, inclusive dates of work, the type of work you've done or performed, or the nature of your job. Is it a part-time or full-time job? So the next one is the achievement, activities, and award. In this part, it includes your educational background, the school and the community membership, offices held, and publication if any. Any achievements, awards, if you are magna cum laude, or whatsoever. Then it means travel, the languages, it was self-support and other facts, or it may include just interests, hobbies, and in the languages, it focuses on your what language do you speak. For example, is it a Filipino, English, and a dialect also? If you can speak Bisaya, Cebuano, and etc. So going back, the last one is the references or the character references. This is at least three respectable persons. It can be your former employees, former professors, or any other character reference that who's respectable and honorable. And you should include their title or position held in an organization by the referred person, and also complete business address and telephone number and fax number if any. So that will be all. Thank you.
Let's talk about application letter, or also known as cover letter. It is a letter that is sent to your potential employer along with the resume, and it should never be sent alone. and it provides information about your skills, experiences, and also provides information that why we will be qualified candidate for the job. So this is an example of an application letter. And a cover letter needs to introduce you. You should introduce yourself, your qualifications, achievements, accomplishments, and everything. The next is mention the job you're applying for. Be specific on what kind of position you are applying for, and match your skills and experiences with the skills and experiences required by the job. Because if they found out that you have that skills that they're looking for, you have the big possibility that they will hire you. Next is encourage your reader to read your resume. Convince them that you are the one they are looking for, that you really want that job. Then last, finish it with a call to action. Finish it with a strong statement and conviction. What you shouldn't include your cover letter. Typos or mistakes. Spell check everything. Double check, because mistakes are worse than typo. Don't include your whole resume. What's the sense of your application letter if you just write or repeat what's already written on your resume? Using I too much. Please use always third person's point of view. Don't mention your job application. You're trying to convince that you want the job, so respect and act like you're into it.